Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to women are raging because 63% of men have gone their own way. Let's jump in, guys.
No man wants me to be his girlfriend.
No wonder
I've never
why.
understood why men treat women in their 30s as if they are like the most undesirable things on the planet.
Ladies, unfortunately, 95% of men are not approaching women anymore.
Women are outraged because 63% of men have gone their own way.
It's a lot.
But they still don't realize that they did this
That number is high. 63%. They have no idea how this is going to be re-affect the dating market.
to themselves, since they still continue the same behaviors that contributed to men walking away.
Men are trash.
Men are trash.
Yes.
Describe your ideal man.
Less than 1% type
Describe
of
him.
guy.
Describe him.
All has money more than I would make.
Minimum amount of money that you would want your man to make a year or net worth.
Over $1 million a year. I don't want
money?
to date someone that makes less money than I do.
Why would a guy who makes $1 million a year, and I mean this sincerely, why would he want to marry you?
It's clear
And this is the question they don't ask themselves. What do I bring to the table to that guy they already making the $1 million? They think isn't interesting. They don't want to go through that process with a man that eventually might get that $1 million. They want to be in the finish line.
they only want walking bank accounts.
I have asked the last 3 dudes I've dated for their bank account info on the first date.
Like the login?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna pull up this text. Okay, this guy I met like last month and he's younger. So, but this is how much he has in his account. He's 27 and has that much in his account. Yes, I screenshotted it and sent it to myself.
They want to take advantage of us and use us for the resources we have, while also encouraging other women to do the same.
Wow, that's
They
crazy.
also say that this is the bare minimum and to never settle for anything less.
I cannot stress this enough. Men are not worth settling for in any circumstance, any way, shape, or form. It's not worth it. Once you get to the mindset that men are not worth settling for, that is when you get the good men, because they're the only ones that you'll accept.
This mindset that men aren't good enough is rooted in their dissatisfaction of the average man. The problem is
Look at
not
that.
that
Wow,
men
look at
aren't
that.
good enough. The
That's
problem
crazy. You know what's crazy? I used to say, one of my roommates used to do that stuff. When I used to live in New York, she used to do that stuff.
is they don't want
Yeah,
average.
wow.
Let's go to a hypothetical situation where every man on earth met their ridiculous standards. Their old standards
Damn.
would just become the new bare minimum and the new average.
And they say, and I see some gurus saying that, yeah, you have to optimize this and that. Like, bro, I wouldn't even waste my time in dating apps.
Leading to them being dissatisfied again.
Once and only once a year, I will go out with a man who's 5'10", because typically 5'11" is my minimum. I only really did it because, and it only ever really happens out of desperation, because it's been a minute since I've gotten literally anyone to go on a freaking date with me, let alone have a conversation.
Notice how she said she only did it out of desperation because the men she wants won't give her the time of day. I noticed a correlation between the never settle mindset and average women wanting above average men, which never goes well for them, but they would never settle for anything less. What's funny is when you ask them why would their ideal man marry them, they always freeze up and realize he wouldn't. Then they get angry at the person who asked that question.
Why would a guy who makes $1 million a year, and I mean this sincerely,
Deep down, they know this man will never marry them, but they ignore it because of their entitlement. They think they deserve this man simply because they exist and think they can get him by having high standards. But that hasn't worked for them yet since they're all still single. And I doubt it will work any better as they get older.
Being a single mom is so damn hard.
We don't care.
I have lost the
Date a 30-year-old single mom of 305 prime Mike Tyson. Me. Yeah, don't do it, guys. Do not marry single moms with kids. Do not do that, guys. I don't care if you have kids. Go find another young woman and build a new family. Do not marry single moms, guys. You're wasting your resources. A lot of these kids are not going to respect you unless you have more than 20 years as a father. And still, it's not our genes, guys. And you have to deal with the baby father as well. Don't do that, guys. And you're never going to be the priority.
I have lost the absolute last shred of hope I had that there's still good men left in the world.
We don't care.
So I guess day one, since the person I thought I would marry broke up with me.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Before we continue,
that's crazy,
I would
man.
like to ask you to like the video
and
if you have enjoyed it this far, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos.
Always go, if you guys go to the original content creator if you guys want, and support the original content creator.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Probably a bear, because I detest men. I'm a misandrist. You know, it's how I am. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what we're gonna do about that. But yeah.
The bear versus man trend is pretty stupid, considering the men they're talking about only make up 1.28% of the male population. It's just another excuse for misandrists to spread their extreme opinions on men, which is why it's gotten so popular among Western women, just like 4B did.
I never get hit on when I go out. Like, I think my outfit is so cute.
We don't care.
About it is either I'm ugly, which is why guys don't talk to me, or I'm like too attractive that they're intimidated, which is why they don't talk to me. And I don't think I'm ugly, so I'm gonna go with option number
Lady, you're like a 4. You're literally like a 4. You're not even above the average looking. And the thing is, and here's what happens. Chad and Tyrone, they just basically knock the entire scale. And what that does is just inflate the egos. And they have the thinking that their possibility is to get that guy. When they don't know, it's the opposite. The guy got them. And all of a sudden you see them making TikTok videos almost at 30 years old and say, what happened? Guys don't want to approach me because I'm intimidating, I guess. In reality, you're just a walking red flag. Look at your hair. It's not natural. You're just going crazy. And I take a video. Like, there's so many red flags here.
Men are not intimidated by attractive women. The reason they don't approach you is because you aren't worth approaching. Saying men don't approach you because you intimidate them is just you coping.
Did you know that 53% of single men don't approach women because they're scared of coming off as creepy? This means that single women are going to have to step up their game and make the first move.
Yep.
You're telling me half of men will finally leave me and my friends alone at the bar and stop coming with their unsolicited advances? Let's ramp those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
She accidentally included herself when she said men were approaching her friends. But let's look past that and acknowledge the only true statement she said, which was that 53% is rookie numbers.
50% of men from 18 to 29, it's not even like they want to date anymore. They're single and they're not looking. So we're dealing with a very small pool of men, which means we need to be wise. But I'm sorry, but I don't think any of y'all know how men work. Because the way that I'm hearing you guys talk, it's like two different worlds. From our perspective, it makes a lot of sense.
Look at their faces,
but we have Brian.
Let's go. Whoa, look at Brian, bro. He looks like a Chad, man. Look, I want you guys to pay attention to something. Look at their faces and not giving a F about what men has to bring to the table, guys. Look at this.
So we're dealing with a very small pool of men, which means we need to be wise. But I'm sorry, but I don't think any of y'all know how men work. Because the way that I'm hearing you guys talk, it's like two different worlds.
Smirking
From our perspective, it makes a lot of sense. But we have Brian here, we have the cameraman. Men operate on a completely different spectrum when it comes to relationships.
This is because they think the world revolves around them. They don't care if men view relationships differently because their opinions are the only ones that matter. Let's take a look at an example of this.
If your man woke you up at 2 a.m., he said, baby, can you cook me a meal? Would you cook your man a meal if he woke you up at 2 a.m.?
No. Just being honest.
What about you, Kiki?
It all depends on how I'm feeling.
All right, it depends.
Oh, you another depends.
It depends on the situation.
Here's another question. If an intruder broke inside the house, would you or would you not expect your man to go downstairs and handle that break at the door? Natasha.
Absolutely.
Allie.
Yes.
Kiki.
All I'm saying is if you don't, it's over after that.
Yeah, I would expect that.
What I've heard was that a woman's wifey duty is based off her feelings, right? It depends on how I feel. But the man's duty of protecting you, it's mandatory. How is it a fair deal?
These are so different. Like,
Yeah,
one is like not even the same situation. One is like you're both about to die, maybe. Right, and if you don't, and the other one is you might not eat.
So
yeah,
it's
there
not
you go.
about
The gaslighting, man. The gaslighting. I mean, they believe that some of these generations, they just, it's too late to just change these people, man. It's too late. It's too late, guys. I think it was Anton Daniels was talking about this. Our current generation, Generation Z, gone. We have to think about the next generation, our kids. Because this is right now we're in a position that I don't even think it's a good idea for them to even reprocreate, guys, to be honest, because they had to pass the ideology.
About the situation. It's about what the man is attracted to, and it's about what the woman is attracted to. The man is attracted to femininity, submissiveness. The woman is attracted to masculinity, protecting and providing. So if you're not giving what we are naturally attracted to, it's not a fair deal if we have to always give you what you're naturally attracted to. That's going to protect you.
The reason they think like this is because they want to be able to do anything they want whenever they want without any responsibility, consequences, or negative feedback. This is why they say when I feel like it's saying that absolves them of responsibilities, and they will use any negative reaction you have towards that against you. They even tried to do that in the video by saying, "We're going to die if you don't protect me," even though that argument is illogical.
What? Do we hear that correctly? I'm gonna delete myself if you don't protect me. Well, of course. But that was a very good analogy. To make me a sandwich in at 2 a.m, you're just having these kind of back and forward. But then when it's time for me to put my masculinity to the line, I have to. I just simply have to.
Since the man is more likely to die from trying to fight the intruder, who will have some sort of weapon, rather than letting them take items that can be replaced.
It's called the 30 by 30 initiative and challenges police departments to increase their number of women on the force to 30% by the year 2030. Their goal, a 30% female police force.
Oh my God! Then where is this?
Year it was 11%.
This is Nashville. What in the hell? This is a city in a red state, man. Why are we allowing this stupidity to run in these areas, man?
This year, it's 13%.
We don't care.
She says among the biggest changes they've made to help attract recruits, especially women, no more physical ability tests.
What's that? Say that again.
She says among the biggest changes they've made to help attract recruits, no more physical ability tests.
I don't know what is going on.
Now trainees must pass a physical agility test designed to mirror tasks in the field.
Which means we're all
Yet another case of feelings overriding others' safety. It's insane that they...
You know that Myron says something very interesting in one of his reactions. Myron said that what females tend to do when they get to this position, they diminish the, what was the word that he said? I think was they tend to diminish the level of prestige of a position. They do it with politics. That's why we have a lot of these female politics. I mean, a lot of these, I mean, they just tend to diminish stuff. Diminish because they cannot handle it. or they think this is a joke. They think it's a game. They think by recruiting more females that the streets are gonna be safer because they need to bring more females. You know, that sounds like a gold mine for criminal activity. Imagine 51% police officers, females. That's a gold mine for criminals.
They think hiring officers who are incapable of passing simple physical ability tests is a good idea. If they get into a bad situation and they're by themselves, the only thing they can do is use lethal force since they're too weak to stop the situation without it. This isn't an isolated incident. This is happening across all fields, including military and fire departments, which actively endangers other people's lives by recruiting people who are incapable of doing their duties without putting others or their own life at risk because they're too weak to handle it.
Wow.
Hey, bro, I need you to get back in that mode again. That mode where nothing can take you off your pivot. You just putting in that work every single day. See, that version of you is different. You got to tap back into it. Don't be out here playing with your potential because you one of the ones, bro. You special. And you weren't meant to be a person that could have been the one. You are the one. So I need you to get back moving like it.
Good. That's a good advice. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.